Hello and welcome, my Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to your timeless 5-card draw shadow read. I am your reader, Markangela Lyons, Mal for short. They're my initials. I'm a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. Author of 2 different books with a third one in progress. First one is called Spell Ingredients. Second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available, so I put a link in the description box that you can click on and preview it for free and see. It's primarily divided into chakra chapters. First 3 cards down of this 5-card draw are about chakras, so you might find it helpful. Writing that book saved my life, but we couldn't fit everything that was in the original version onto Kindle. So the original version of Words of Grace is on Patreon in my digital shop, as well as the only place at the time of this recording to find my first book, Spell Ingredients, although that one's going to be available on my website, which is being designed as we speak. My new website. I love my Patreon. The digital store is great. We also have audios and videos there. The audios and videos have free previews that anyone can listen to and or watch. Some of my subscribers do get those ebooks, audios, and videos automatically as part of their subscription package, but all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. They get an unlisted YouTube live stream link from me pretty much every single morning, which is called a daily check-in. We chat with each other about the day's astrological weather, always ending with the spiritual practice to send us on our way, and it is the best way for me to start the day. Did it this morning. It was really, really wonderful. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship oriented, as well as they get a significant discount when they book me for a private session. We will talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info, and I love it. You can follow it for free. You can 7-day free trial. You can shop in the shop. There's so much cool stuff going on there, so click the link, check it out, and if you want, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lyons, but you could just call me Mal, because it's easier to remember than all of that. Hi. Let's do some explanation, as we always do here on the YouTube channel, for the new Sagittarians and cross-watchers. Then we will jump into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead, but you may have noticed the number of cards that I've been using has been drastically reduced from an 8-card to 7-card now to a 5-card, because I have moved from my condo in Holbrook, Long Island, New York, to a brand new lovely home here in Saratoga Springs. A lot of stuff going on, taking clients in my office downstairs, reading at the Magic Moon. We'll talk about that at the end, but there's just a lot going on. Half-acre of property, a lot of yard work going on. So what we're going to do here is called a 5-card draw. A 5-card draw is just 1 card from 5 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about anything in particular that's very versatile that way. But in this reading, we will be looking at the shadow work, or the spiritual alchemy, shifting from shadow to light, from lead to gold, from pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health, and from fear to love, for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, and happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of life, because as one of us does it, we all move forward on the upward spiral. So our first card down will be from the Caroline Myss archetype cards, based on her work in Sacred Contracts, but showing us the archetype for the Sagittarians and the cross-watchers in their 8th chakra, the one that hovers over the head, acting like a satellite, sending down the codes to all the other chakras, shifting what you attract and what you repel electromagnetically, so you have the free will to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in terms of your shadow work, your letting go, your forgiveness, your surrender, your healing, whatever you want to call that. So we'll get one of those. I learned about the 8th chakra from Myss's Anatomy of the Spirit, truly life-changing work. We will get the next 4 chakras down with 1 card from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. The crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart, the internal feminine goddess energy. I love this deck. I've been reading that longer than any other deck. The lower 3 chakras, the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the root chakra. We will be using the Mythic Tarot, based in Greek mythology, probably my favorite thing next to dark chocolate. Looking at yourselves from the outside, maybe from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world. This is a general read for cross-watchers as well, so there's often mirroring in that case, and I love this deck big time. That'll take care of all of the chakras from 8 to root. We will then get a whispers from Lord Ganesha. He is the Hindu elephant headed god of success, prosperity, and the remover of obstacles. There are 3 atoms in between lead and gold in the periodic table that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed. So he's very, very good at removing those obstacles if you so choose to do that. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, because this is a healing reading. Financial, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, healing in relationships. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because it's only a 5-card draw. And there is our explanation. So let's get into the divination. Both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath, if you will. And I promise I will help anyone in my power to help anyone to alchemize, to shift to a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, and a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us. I am a healer, a spiritual counselor, as well as I do hands-on healing, but I've kind of put away the shingle for the hands-on healing stuff for a while. Yeah, let me get my body back in order. There's been a lot of back pain and moving and stuff. So let's do this. The shift from explanation to divination happens in the still point, so join me there if you will. Please take a nice deep breath. Power of now and all. Here we go. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine, 1 card in clarity, please. What is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra? For the Sagittarius collective and their crosswatchers, indicating their alchemy from shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, shifting them from toxicity to health, from fear to love. For this timeless shadow reading, you got the Beggar. Now look, nobody wants the Beggar card. However, all archetypes are neutral, meaning that there is a spectrum from lead to gold, and written on the card is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. You might also be dealing with someone who is dealing with the Beggar archetype. Again, a crosswatcher read, anything is possible. So the shadow attribute or the lead, dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Now look, I am a Virgo, 4 planets, 2nd house, I work hard. So I'm always putting effort, but finding the balance between effort and flow is tricky for everybody. The light attribute, this is really beautiful, confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Now, the grace of humility is the first and last grace I write about in my book, Words of Grace, because it's what I call my saving grace. The grace of humility is knowing that you do not know, but you are willing to be shown. It's very opening. It's very freeing to say, you know what? I know that I don't know, but whoever got a gold star for not knowing the answer, right? But we can only know what we know. And compassion for yourself. Self-esteem is a verb, not a noun. I learned that from Caroline Mace too. So don't freak. I'm sure a lot of people saw the word beggar and like, I'm not watching that, because they do not understand necessarily how golden. There have been beggars on this planet since day one. So, ooh, almost left a card on the selenite. That's not good. Let's look at the heart, throat, third eye, crown, daughters of the moon. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And that could be begging for anything. My goddesses override. A place for everything. Here. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please. 1 card in clarity, heart, third eye, crown, dynamic. What's going on? For the Sagittarius collective, 1 card in clarity, please, to assist them in alchemizing the beggar archetype for this shadow read. Excellent. 10 of Cups on the inner. Definitely a heart chakra card. This is a true love card. The card, what's written on the card here is called Ecstasy, Inanna's House of Heaven. But what I love about that first shadow read is that Inanna and Ereshkigal, don't ask me to spell it right now, is a rather ancient myth. Inanna descends into the underworld to embrace her sister, her shadow, right? So it is a shadow work thing. And so the two become one, right? So this is very on point. So there is absolutely an emotional component to this, but if you avoid what you're feeling, you're just delaying what cannot be prevented. How many times you want to keep reincarnating for this stuff, right? So there is an overflowing here. There is an open heart. You could even say unconditional or true love. love. Truth and love chosen, right? Third eye, heart, and throat. Love it. You're going to get the beggar, right? Have that open heart there. Now, this could be someone dealing with somebody who is really in need of help and doesn't know what to do. So, Sagittarians, you're very good at rushing in, doing what you got to do to help, and then rushing right back out. So, let's look at the lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything, and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. My gods, please, 1 card in clarity, lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, relationships in the physical world. What do you got for them for the mythic tarot to assist them to alchemize the beggar in the 8th? With 10 of Cups on the inner for this timeless read. Oh, 3 of Wands. I'm liking that for a fire sign. 3s numerologically are a solid foundation, like a tripod that you can build upon. My camera is on a tripod because tripods don't wiggle. 4-legged chairs and tables can wiggle, right? They can, but not a tripod. Perfect distribution of power. Now, of course, this has been said ad nauseum, waiting for your ships to come in, but really it's about loyalty. You had the Ace of Wands, right? You chose in the 2 of Wands. 3 of Wands, there is a loyalty there. It's like, okay, I've made the choice, now I'm going to see it through to the best of my ability. So this could certainly indicate someone who might be struggling a little bit. May not know what to do, but they're like, I'm going to heal this, or I'm going to do this. I just don't know how. So there is a bit of a pause here, but a stabilization that then you would go to the 4, right? And then the 5 and all the way through here. So I'm liking this. This is Jason and the Argonauts here. He has accepted the quest to retrieve the golden fleece. It's a really wonderful myth, Jason and the Argonauts. And here a king is offering the crown to him, so to speak, giving his loyalty to say, please do this, please return the golden fleece to where it truly belongs. So there is a hero's journey kind of quest thing going on here as well. There always is. So all the chakras are there from 8 to root. Let's get the whisper of Lord Ganesh. Angela Hartfield, this oracle is so good. And I'm only going to read a little bit of this one from the bookie book, as well as I will do the same for the Matt Kahn healing mantra. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ganesha override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesha, 1 card in clarity, please. What is your loving, wise, empowering oracle message to assist the Sagittarians and their cross-watchers to alchemize the beggar in the 8th? 10 of Cups on the inner, 3 of Wands on the outer for this timeless read. Wholeness. Someone else got this. Who got this? I want to know. I write them all down. I have to put the titles in. Where is it? Was that Virgo got that? Yes, Virgo got that. I had a feeling I said Virgo. So very heart chakra here, right? Literally with this symbol of the heart chakra, the 6-pointed star, which is the ascending triangle of matter and the descending triangle of spirit. Love is divine power, the sacred truth of the heart chakra, according to Caroline Mace in Anatomy of the Spirit. So card number 24. Now you saw how much, I opened right to it. You saw I keep my eyes closed when I shuffle. Plus I actually shuffle 3 times because I shuffle before the recording, I shuffle while I'm explaining the cards, and then I shuffle to get it. So acknowledge the oneness of life. This is why helping other people is a good thing, because there's only one of us incarnate. I know it doesn't look that way, right? But unity. I'm a pure non-dualistic witch. I done Course in Miracles, teacher and a student for decades. So that's why forgiveness, compassion, all of that stuff, the more of it you give away, the more of it you have. It heals us all. So recognize that you are part of something larger. you have a connection here with not only this life and physical body, but with the divine and the universe. You are a divine being. Everybody is. I know it's hard to wrap your mind around it, but everybody is underneath it all. We're really lovely underneath it all, no doubt. Ganesha is guiding you to recognize the sacred truth that you are a divine being here to give and receive love. It is time to recognize your role in this life. You are complete and whole, W-H-O-L-E, as you are. You lack nothing. The simplest way to win hearts is through your actions. So I'm going to say we got a pretty good line up there with the heart chakra and the Ten of Cups. There is nothing quite, well, I'm a Virgo. I'm sort of wired this way in this lifetime. Service gives me so much joy and so much a sense of purpose, and that we're all moving forward in our evolution as the result of my actions, right? Like, we'll talk about it at the end when I'm talking about private sessions. I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances, and you'll hear more about that. I love this for you. And I know a lot of very open-hearted, heart-centered Sagittarians in my life, and I love them all. Shall we? Last card down, Matt Kahn Healing Mantra. A little mantra goes a long way. Please take a nice deep breath. Last card down. Still point. Ascended Masters Override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Master is one card. In clarity, please, the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Sagittarians and their cross-watchers in alchemizing the Beggar in the 8th, 10 of Cups on the inner, 3 of Wands on the outer, removing obstacles with the wholeness of the divinity that they are, and that heart chakra vibe for this timeless read, resolving anger. Scorpio just got this. I did that one yesterday. So look, anger is an emotion, right? Anger is usually, however, a compensation for pain, right? Or for sadness, right? Because we don't want to deal with that, so we get angry. And that's understandable. But there might be a conflict going on here, because conflict reminds me when I need space for myself. And I live by that, right? Even if I'm feeling internally conflicted, absolutely, I will take space for myself. I also live alone, except with 3 black cats who I adore. They make the, and a Sagittarius kitten, my Samuel. So let me read this one for you. Resolving anger, because I know all the mantras. I just can't remember all the words in the bookie book. So conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. When anger is resolved, you are able to see your emotional reactions or the abrupt responses of others as evidence of profound transformation taking place. Fire is the element of transformation. You can't unburn a cookie. There's no going back. You burnt the cookie, you burnt the cookie. I like a little bit of a burnt cookie sometimes, right? So it is an alchemical element, the transformative element of fire. You are a fire sign. So it's okay that anger is passion blocked most of the time. When anger is present, it acts as a sign of needing more space to face the feelings that are ready to be healed, or to balance out patterns of doing with moments of silent being. Now, as a self-employed person for 26 years at this point, I get very, very frustrated when I run out of gas, like halfway through the day, because I don't just do readings, right? Like I said, I'm running a house. There's just a lot going on in my life, taking clients left, right, and center. So, you know, I know that feeling of frustration with myself. So learning how to be and do at the same time has been very key. Very Eckhart Tolle power of now. As you resolve anger, you are able to find the time you need to be both rested and productive. And that's a wonderful thing. This mantra is ideal for managing stress, deepening interpersonal communication, because that's saying, hey, look, I would love to be able to help you, but right now I am on fire, and not in a good way. give me a day. I'll text you when I've gotten some rest, because our nervous system gets stressed out and gets inflamed. Literally, an inflamed nervous system is a cause of so much illness in all sorts of ways, not just physically, but really does some damage to the cell tissue. And tempering frustration. Now, tempering, you temper metal, you can temper eggs, you can temper chocolate. It's that you add the hot liquid to the cold liquid gently. Like if you temper eggs, like, I don't know, hollandaise sauce or something like that, if you put it in, the hot stuff in too much, it curdles, it scrambles. You don't want that for a hollandaise. Just saying, I love to cook. I'm no chef, but I love to cook. So this is lovely. So to be able to be heart-centered, as we're seeing here with this wholeness, it's okay if someone has pissed you off. Maybe somebody who's begging. Maybe someone who's dependent upon your effort with your help with exclusion of effort. How could that not frustrate you? Like when I'm in a situation like that, I'm like, I'm doing all I can here, but they're not holding up their end. My guides always say the same thing. How could you not feel frustrated? It's written in this way, but it has very little to do with what's going on in the present moment. Course in Miracles actually says we are never upset for the reason that we think. It's stuff usually in ourselves or in the collective that the shadow work does help alleviate some of that, but it is a gentle process if you do it. Some people would rather just rip the Band-Aid off too, which is kind of my gig. So we've got all 5 cards on the table for this 5-card draw. This next card is called a Blessimation, and though I have no idea what's going to happen when I hit the record button here, I really have no idea what's going to happen when I do the Blessimation, because I surrender my will to the divine completely before every single reading I do, video or otherwise. Please take a nice deep breath. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of the Sagittarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, shifting them from pain to peace, from toxicity to health, and from fear to love by resolving anger, because conflict will remind them when they need to take more space for themselves to discover and go within that they are whole, and that even their anger is lovable. It needs more love, not less, which of course will take a little bit of waiting perhaps and some loyalty. Perhaps 3 of Wands didn't even think of this. Thank you very much. 3rd chakra, solar plexus, could be involved in this reading as well. And are they willing to wait and do the work as they go, taking the space that they need? Because just like we have here in this heart chakra card of wholeness, we see the 10 of Cups inside of them, that there is unconditional true love within them, but they need to give that to themselves first in order to take the space that they need, temper their frustration, chill their nervous system, and heal, so that they can alchemize the beggar archetype in their 8th chakra, whether they are the one doing the begging or dealing with the beggar, confronting empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakening the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life. In a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Well, it's a tricky read. It is a shadow read. It does make sense. If you found something helpful here, I ask you to please hit the thumbs up. The like button helps other people find the reading. If you want more of me here on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. I like doing these general reads on YouTube. I'm not monetized. I do this to reach out to people, to help them find my work, because general reads are not really my specialty. I've been reading tarot since I am 12 years old. I am 55, so, you know, all this digital stuff is a new thing pretty much now. The past couple of 5-6 years I've been doing this, but I love it and it's helpful. So if you want to subscribe, please do. But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. It is the coolest thing I have ever done. I've done a lot of cool stuff. In fact, my next book is the autobiography of my career, which reads like sci-fi fantasy big time, but it's the truth. So yeah, the digital shop is wonderful. You can follow for free. You can 7-day free trial. My subscribers get the daily check-ins, the extended readings, and an extensive discount, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. and I really do love it. And I highly recommend being a creator on Patreon. So many people are doing it. A lot of drag queens are doing it, right? And drag queen recap shows, and I just love that stuff. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lions, Markangela Lions. But you can still just call me Mal. Ain't that right, Bette Midler? And if you want to book me for a private session, I did make a video last year when I was living in Holbrook. Did not realize I would be moving to Saratoga last year in October. And that video is called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. Explains essentially everything you need to know about booking a private session with me. There is a new video that will be made in the next month or so. I just got to get the house, and you know, there are tree limbs that need to come down, that kind of stuff. That really takes precedent, you know, so nothing falls on the house. Thank you very much. But what I do say in that video is, you know, what I charge, why I charge it, the Patreon discount, right? That I am now doing. I don't say it in that video. It's what I put in the new one. I'm doing readings at the Magic Moon and Saratoga Springs on Phila Street. That's P-H-I-L-A. I have days set aside. You call them. You book, they book you, they tell me, I come in, I read you, and then I come home unless I have other clients, which does happen. The majority of the readings that I do, of course, then are on video. So what happens is we book the client. I book the client. Beforehand, I send them a link to my Zoom platform. They come on Zoom. We record the whole thing. It is a conversation. They see every card hit the table. They can ask questions. It's lovely. At the end of the video, I send them a link so they can download the reading or the spiritual counseling to their device. They tell me they downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud because confidentiality is key. That's part of my honor code. That is a hill I will die on. The other hill that I will die on is I have never turned anybody away because of lack of money. Absolutely not. I have been on the balls of my ass just like everybody else. I look it now, but boy, was it rough getting here, right? So where there's a witch, there's a way. I am a witch, so we will find a way. Even if we agree on pay it forward to someone else down the line through some service, then that's fine. But we agree, we have the conversation, and then we book the session. So click the link, check it out. It's a lovely video. It makes my mom laugh, and as the president of the corporation, I'm going to keep that video up even when the new one is up because I'm allowed to do that. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I mean, this is a typical shadow read that you got the same thing as Virgo with wholeness and resolving anger as Scorpio. I find that very interesting. So if you have any planets there, go check it out. Or if you're dealing with a Virgo and a Scorpio, you might want to look at that. Otherwise, seriously, wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed, my beloved Sagitt crabby asses. I love you, and I love my new little kitten, Sammy the Saggy. Have a good one. You got this. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.